right, so in this video, we're going to be graphing inequalities by hand. So I'm going to use that graphing packet that we got before spring break. We're going to do these 3 examples together. Then you're going to have 3 examples to try on your own. And I'm going to be using that reference sheet that we put together, especially this side, to remind me when to use a solid line versus a dashed line, when to shade above versus shading below. So keep this handy. All right, so here's the examples we're going to do. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so it's a little bit easier to see my graph. And I'm going to write down the first problem. Is y is less than 2/3 x plus 5. I'll zoom out just a smidge. Okay, so first thing I'm going to think is that I need to graph this line. So here's my slope. And here's my y-intercept. This is where our lines are always going to start. So I'm going to go up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put a point. And then I'm going to do my slope of 2/3. That's up 2 over 3 to put my next point. Up 2 over 3 to put my next point. I can reverse that down 2 over 3 to get a couple more points. All right, next I need to decide what kind of line to use. Well, this says y is less than. So if I refer back to my reference sheet, since it's less than, that's going to be a dashed line. It's not going to be a solid line because it's not equal to, it doesn't have the line underneath. And since it's a less than symbol, I'm going to be shading below. So I'm going to draw a dashed line since it was less than, and put arrows on the ends. And then I'm going to shade below. Now I need to think which side of my line is below. Well, if I want to go below, my trick is to always go to my y-intercept and go down. This whole side is the below side. So I'm going to shade all the way around there. All right, and that's my graph of my first inequality. Okay, moving on to the next one. Y is greater than or equal to negative 4x plus 1. All right, you might already be thinking, what kind of line are you going to use? Where are you going to shade? But let's graph the line first. Start at your y-intercept of positive 1. Draw a point. And then your slope is negative 4. So since it's negative, you're going to go down and over. So down 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 1. There's my slope. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. And that's as many as I'm going to be able to fit. 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. You can connect a few more points. If you've got a ruler handy, you can always use that. All right. Should I connect this with a solid line or a dashed line? Well, if I look at my symbol, that goes with a solid line here. So I'm going to use a solid line to connect all of these. All right, now which way should I shade? Well, this says greater than. Greater than went with shading above. So I need to go up above my line. So my 2 sides of my line are here and here. Which side is more above? Well, remember my trick. Go to the y-intercept, go up, or really go to any point on the line. Go up if you want above. That'll show you which side you want to be on. So this is the side that we will shade. All right, last one. Y is greater than x minus 2. All right, where do we start? Well, start at your y-intercept, negative 2. So I'll go down 2 and put a point. What's the slope? What's the number that's invisible here? It's a 1. So that means I go up 1 over 1 because the slope is positive. Up 1 over 1. Now I can extend that out. Grab your ruler if you've got it handy. Okay, what kind of line should I use? Well, it's not an or equal to. It's not one of these. So I'm using a dashed line since this symbol here, this symbol of greater than, matches this. So I need to use a dashed line. So I'm going to dash my line. Connect with some arrows at the end. Dashed line there. And then where should I shade? Well, this said greater than. So greater than, we want to think above or below. We want to think above. So greater than in our chart was always shading above. So you're going to go on your line, think about where is the above side. That'll be this side over here. And shade. All right, there you have it. Your 3 examples. Now you'll be trying 3 of your own. Good luck.